Hi there, and welcome to the first 2020 edition of Top End Track Talk. Andrew O'Toole with you again, and after missing the last meeting of 2019 and the first of this current year, we're looking forward to getting back into action and having a look at this coming Saturday's meeting here at Fanny Bay, which is the second of 3 January meetings, this one the 11th of January. Considering we raced last week, the fields for this Saturday are excellent, with some 45 acceptors down to contest a 5-race card and each way betting on all races. Although I've been away on leave, I've kept a close eye on the top end replays and hopefully can pinpoint a few likely winners. The first in Darwin is the NT News Maiden. It's over the 1300 metres, gets underway at 2:40 NT time, cyclones permitting of course, and in the opener, my numbers are 1, 5, 4 and 2. Going at the top of the page here with number 1, Iron Curtain from the stable of Emma Steele and Jared Todd. Jared had a double here last week and he takes the mount here. Really good run last time. In fact, his last 2 efforts have been a 4th behind Calamar and a 3rd behind Lots of Coin. Both those horses won here last week, and I think the 1300 metres suits Iron Curtain and it can be putting its foot right on the till. Number 1 on top for me, ahead of number 5, and that is Telling Stories, trained by David Waters. Felicia Bergstrand in the saddle. Last 3 runs have produced 5th placings, getting close to a dividend-bearing place and gets a good opportunity on Saturday. And for third, number 4, Snow Creek. No form to recommend, but a newcomer to the Gary Clark stable, Kim Gladwin in the saddle, and I'm prepared to take a risk on Snow Creek. And my 4th selection, the consistent Liberty's Torch, number 2. 1, 5, 4 and 2 in the opener. In the second, the Mantra Handicap, another 1300 metre event, this one for the 0 to 58 gallopers. My numbers here are 3, 1, 4 and 5. Number 3, Yulong Awesome for me. He was a last start winner for Gary Lafoe Jr. and Paul Shires. Paul retains the ride. That was over the same trip in benchmark 54 grade. This is no harder, and I think it'll be very hard to beat again. 3 on top. Ahead of number 1, Federal Court, by far the best performed horse in this event. Angela Forster trains the 5-race winner, Jared Todd, aboard. Hasn't won a race in Darwin yet, but his last 2 or 3 runs have been given the sign, rather, that a win in Darwin is not far away. So I've got him in the mix, number 1. In for second. In for third, number 4, Big One, a last start winner here just a week ago for Chris Pollard. Barry Huppets takes them out this week. Sonia Wiseman was aboard 7 days ago. And my 4th selection, number 5, Restless, another last start winner. And John Keating, the visiting Victorian rider for Phil Cole. 3, 1, 4 and 5 in the second. The third's the Designer Kitchens Handicap, the third of our 1300 metre events, and this one for the 0 to 64 gallopers. The numbers here, 1, 4, 3 and 2. I think he's a pretty smart horse, number 1, Isle of Light. He's won 3 times from his last 4 starts for Angela Forster, and he was very impressive winning here over this trip on the 21st of December, beating Taciturn by a length and a half. Nathan Day takes the mount this week, the visiting Queensland rider. Great to see Nathan here. Rode a bit here during the carnival, of course, and Isle of Light, I think, can go on with the job, even with 60.5 kilograms. 1 on top. Ahead of 4, Borlung. Felicia Bergstrand trains and rides. She still hasn't managed to get a winner in the training caper, Felicia, but she's getting very close and gets another good opportunity here with Borlung. He was second last time out to Culzine. Should race well again. The 1300 metres should suit him. In for third, number 3, Taciturn. Consistent, never goes a bad race. Gary Clark and Jared Todd, the combination. And in for fourth, number 2, Malicious. Didn't mind the way this horse got home for third. He's only started in Darwin. That was behind Patriot Day just a week ago. 1, 4, 3 and 2 in the third. The 4th's the Bet365 handicap, and we changed distances to 1200 metres. This for the 0 to 70 gallopers, and a really good field assembled here. I found this a tough race to work out. I settled on 6, 10, 1 and 9. Going with number 6, the last start winner, and impressively 2, Hatton Man. Tayan Holder's having a great run with her team. She had a win in 2 very narrow seconds here a week ago and kicking goals all over the place. Paul Denton in the saddle, and this horse won here on the 14th of December, beating the stablemate Eastwood. Eastwood came out just last week and went down by the barest margin behind the captain in the weight for age. So if Hatton Man puts it together again, he'll be very hard to beat. I've got him on top to beat the very promising number 10, No Alibi, from the Gary Clark stable. Kim Gladwin aboard. It's only had the 3 starts in Darwin for a second and then 2 very good wins, the last of those on the 7th of December. That was in 0 to 64 grade, so stepping up in grade on Saturday, but I think can make that step up successfully. In for third, number 1, Torchbearer, the fresh galloper, trained and to be ridden by Carl Spry. Great to see Carl back in the saddle. He's had a long period off with injury. Still not 100% right, that ankle, but he's having a couple of rides on Saturday to test himself out. So good luck to Carl. And Torchbearer, he hasn't raced since the 26th of October. He's a quality galloper, fresh up. He should give a sight. And in for fourth, back over the page again, number 9, and that is Let's Celebrate from the Clark stable. Those numbers, 6, 10, 1 and 9. Now, last on what's a really good card of racing here on Saturday. I really hope that the forecast cyclone doesn't cause havoc. We really don't want that to happen on such a good day's racing. The 5th's the Science City Trobus Handicap, 1,100 metres. It's for the benchmark 54 gallopers. 7, 2, 1 and 4 for me. Number 7, Tredici. From the stable of Emma Steele. So I'm tipping Emma to win the first and the last here on Saturday. Jared Todd aboard, looks set for another good day, does Toddy. And Tredici, good second the other day behind Medaglia Veloce. That was on the 21st of December. So Tredici gets another opportunity to break through. Still a maiden, would you believe, Tredici from the 13 starts, gets a good chance here to win. 7 on top, 8 of 2, should have put a ring on it. Kim Gladwin for Leah Walling Denton only had the 2 starts in Darwin for a fourth and then a good second the other day behind Good to Be Great. Can race well again. In for third, the fresh runner, Hindley Street, number 1. Carl Spry trains and rides. Was a winner 2 starts back early in October. Had one further start and then been freshened for this. And my fourth selection, the stablemate of Hindley Street, number 4, Aggression. 7, 2, 1 and 4. Best bet of the day comes up in race 3, number 1, Isle of Light. He's not very big, but he's got a real motor, and I think he can go on with the job. Race 3, number 1, Isle of Light. Well, the best rough is in race 4, and she probably won't be that rough. Number 9, Let's Celebrate. Race 4, number 9, Let's Celebrate. Our association with Garrod's Horse and Hound in Winnelly came to an end at the final meeting in 2019, and I must thank Garrod's and David Bates in particular for their generous support of the $50 voucher which alternated between meetings last year. Between trainers and jockeys, rather. Our last winner for the year was Vanessa Arnott, who has been in red-hot form lately, and she rode a double on the 21st of December aboard Medaglia Veloce and lots of coin. Well done, Vanessa. I know you'll spend your $50 voucher at Garrod's wisely. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll be back again in advance of our next meeting here, which is on, it's the Australia Day meeting. It's actually on Saturday, January the 25th, in a fortnight's time. In the meantime, good luck and good punting.